everybody, Pickyo Gamer here. Happy Monday again. Why does Mondays keep coming around and kicking us in the ass? World keeps turning. It's been one of these Mondays. But there's a few things I'm going to talk about. I mean, I might make some multiple videos here today. One or two more maybe. But I saw this and it's been out in a few places, and it's about the Vita and what's going to come after it, which looks to be nothing. Alright, SCE Worldwide Studios President Shuhei Hoshida, which I probably butchered that, doesn't believe there's room for this in the current market. I'm reading off IGN, thanks to the popularity of smartphone gaming. Quote, "That's a tough question. He will have mobile phones, and it's easy to play games on smartphones. And many games with smartphones are free or free to start," Yoshida said. He goes on to quote, "I'm a huge fan of the PlayStation Vita when we worked really hard on design every aspect," he continued. "Touch-based games are fun. There are many games with really good design, but having sticks and buttons makes things totally different, blah, 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 blah." One of the last things he said, "So I hope, like many of you, that this culture of playing portable games continues, but the climate is not healthy for now because of the huge dominance of mobile gaming." Really? That's your answer? Where Nintendo, due to their faults and failures with the Wii U, and it's a whole big, it's been all over the fucking internet. Everybody talks about it, about what hopefully they can do well the NX. And even though I don't like the 3DS, the new 3DS, because I think it fragments the market for them, and like a lot of people have just popped out and, put the game out there, or put the game console out there for hardly any announcement, but they're successful. They're very successful. And the Vita has sold just a little over 4 million units from like 80-something million or something that the PSP sold. So my question is this: do you really want people to believe it's because of this and Androids and everything else, Windows phones, that even Windows phones, all this mobile gaming is making it hard when Nintendo don't have that much problems, even though they are not far from perfect? Sony, don't believe your own bullshit. People are going to not like this video and think I'm going to be a Vita basher. I had a Vita. I played it for a while. It didn't capture me as much. I have my 3DS. I've held it up before. Your Vita had a lot of problems, and it still has a lot of problems. You came out with a very high price point, even though the 3DS came out at $250. You came out with a high price point and way higher for people that wanted the full experience. You offered a fully powerful system that is fully mobile for people that wanted 3G and wanted the game on the go and download and all this little stuff and play multiplayer on the go. And it was $300 plus. It's a handheld console. God damn it. The 3DS XL came out and it was $200. Okay, that's part of it. Second off, another one, marketing. Your marketing sucked. Still sucks. Where's the good marketing at? People, and I'm reading, this is like tons of comments on IGN and all websites, like, no, your marketing sucks. It does. What else? Oh, you want to expand the memory or the storage capacity so that you can actually store some downloadable content and patches, and you could go out and you buy the Sony proprietary fucking memory, or removable storage, whatever. That stuff was so fucking expensive. $250, and then you had to spend, if you wanted multi-gigs, and even 16 gigs or more, it's closer to, some of those chips were over $100. Maybe the 30, it was ridiculous. I looked at the price and said, this is goddamn ridiculous. And I just said, fuck this shit. I stayed on the 4 gig that I got, or whatever it was I got with it, for a while. And I got mine later. I did wait, because when that thing first came out, I went, God damn, how much is this thing? But of course, I know the 3DS first came out, same price for it, $250. So, but Nintendo's had like 4 or so type of the Game Boys behind it. You had one with the PlayStation Portable, and it sold a lot, but UMD was a problem. The format was a failure when it come to movies, and it was a hacker And it had problems with marketing too. So people bought a lot of the PlayStation Portables and came to Sony going, is this the PSP 2? I don't know if I want to. I mean, look at the sales records. You look them up. They're not as good. And continuing on, look at the Vita. It's a good design. I had one. I knew what it was like. I used it. It was a great. I didn't have the second version. And it was a good design overall. But who was smoking so much crack to put a big touchpad on the back of it? How useful did somebody really think that was in a boardroom? It wasn't. It was stupid. It was horrible. It wasn't very, it was used in some places. In some places it was kind of brilliant. Really? You're touting, each one of those iterations of your handheld, the PSP and then the PlayStation Vita, you're wanting to put a console in somebody's hands, yet you still don't put four triggers up top, and your analog sticks don't click. When Borderlands 2 came out for just like last year or whenever it came out, as an abysmal flop. You know why? You had to use the back. You had 4 things in there. You had to take the bumpers or the L1, R1, which on the PlayStation controller, and the clicking of the analogs and put it in the back touch. Yeah, that was a fucking failure due to your design. You should have brought the Vita out with 4 triggers on top, clickable analogs, and fucking lose that stupid touch. Then you would have had a lot of people port a lot of first-person shooters and a lot of games like that, and you might have had a better market. Or also, where's the games? That's another point. Where's the games on this system? It is pathetic. Developers just finally left after a while. I've read a lot of people say about 2 years. Sorry, it's shifting around here, but 2 years people just left. Damn right. I mean, come on, guys. The iPhone, the Android phones, they did it. No, you did it. You know, you look at this system right here. It's not perfect. This is the 3DS XL. Duh. A lot of people say that. I mean, the clamshell design, it's really Nintendo's thing. Blah, blah, blah. Why does this work? Well, it's twofold. Nintendo has a lot of pedigree. They've had the Nintendo, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance SP, the DS, and now the 3DS. And you've been in it with 2 iterations. But there's one thing that Nintendo does that I think they do. That's why they keep doing so well. This isn't a console replacement. You keep trying to put the full console in your hands, and you know what? It don't work. Now, this is the picky old gamer's opinion, but look at all these that past great handhelds are good, but they didn't really succeed. Look at the Lynx, Turbo Express, Game Gear. Now, Game Gear did well, and a lot of people go, "Oh, that was a good childhood experience." It didn't do nearly as good as Game Boy. They pushed higher specs, but it just didn't have the games there. And I'm trying to think to myself, maybe I'm putting some points. There's going to be a lot of people that can tear into me about that and argue with me. That's fine. I like different opinions, but everybody that kind of pushed forward and tried to make it the highest end specs at the time, that doesn't mean anything. There's a lot more things probably that the Turbo Express, the Lynx, and a lot of it's games and the problems there, but well, look at their problem. You said the same thing. You have the Vita, which, you know, I'll have one to hold up here and show, but it's got a lot of specs for a handheld system. It's the shit. It's got the same amount of memory and different parts than the PS3. Actually, it could do things. It could do voice chat and party chat when the PS3 physically was unable to do. It's a powerful little system. But come on, let's quit blaming the cell phones for y'all not doing well. You haven't had a good vision for your consoles. They're good. They get good reviews, but there's too many things you do wrong. You come out and you don't have the marketing. You don't have the games lined up. You don't keep the developers coming in. You want to put the full console in your hands. Design it that way. Don't design a gimmick like a touchpad on the back. Who cares? You know, these are some of these are everybody's opinions, some of these are facts, some of these are my opinions. You don't have to agree with me, but that's just bullshit. The cell phones kicked your ass. The cell phones they were doing great. They weren't doing that when that thing was first released. So don't give it, so sorry. There's not another Vita or Sony handheld console. A lot of it's your fault, Sony. Quit blaming everybody else. You can if you even brought a fantastic system out that had all the controls on it, not any gimmicks on it, they didn't have any problems. Like, oh, you want a memory card? Yeah, you're going to have to chalk up a shit ton of money for it, and have all in there. If you don't market it or anything else, you're going to have a problem. So, deep down, it's probably good that Sony's getting out of the handheld game market. They're shutting everything down left and right for this console, that handheld console. Of course, that's going to leave Nintendo as the only people out there. But frankly, if you walk in and try to buy Vita games, there's not much out there. So, you know, do you agree with me? Probably don't. I probably pissed off a lot of people in this video, and that's fine. I mean, but a lot of us, you may disagree on the points that I make, points that you make about the PSP and everything else. You can probably agree that Sony blaming cell phones is bullshit. They know it. They're just using it as a scapegoat. So, respectfully, leave me some comments down below. Disagree with me. Tell me what you think. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Piccio Gamer. I appreciate everybody watching me. I appreciate all my listeners. And talk to you guys later. Piccio Gamer. Out.